Hey guys, welcome. I got started on working on the tram or the cable car a little bit and didn't realize that it was go time. And I did that on, put that one on backwards. So I was actually working on this, one of the wheels for tonight. Hang on, I'm sitting here looking at this. Yeah, I put that on backwards first time. And I've got tape stuck inside of here. So let me start over with this thing here. And first we're going to read chat. Howard says he's playing in his building right now, trying to make some progress on this long project, which seems longer to be longer the more I have to deal with other things. I believe it, Howard, and you've had a lot going on here lately. And he says, but hello. Don greeted Howard. Donnie greeted Don and Don, or Don and Howard. Donnie was poking at me because I was late. Donnie said, figures one time he's on time and I'm late. Okay, and that is all the current chat. So last week we were working on the wheels, and I realized as I was closing down, as I picked up the cable car and looked at this end, I was like, that's right. Where I was working, or what I was getting to right before I dropped out of sight for a month, was actually putting lights in, putting these lights in. So I've moved the soldering iron. You can see it's right here. It's not turned on yet. Do want to see that these are resisted. I want to make sure these are still working. Of course, it would help a lot if I had test leads plugged into it. With the rearrangement of the bench, I'm not set up for soldering or testing things right here. So have to do things on the fly. So let's make sure that these lights are still working. And the power supply I'm using is a little bit flaky. That's why I stopped using it. But I've got it turned below the operating voltage, so I shouldn't blow out the SMD, hopefully. Come on. You can see it as I keep going past it. So that one's still working. Actually, those aren't SMDs. Those are LEDs in there. Grab this one, double check it. And this is actually the last of the lighting that's going to be going into the cable car. So once I get these wired up, we're in the home stretch of just finishing out the car itself. That one's still good. I always check things before I do the final assembly, just because they might have broken. So that hole, yeah, the hole is the right size. So what I need to do is very carefully take the scalpel and go around here, cutting a little bit more of the paper out. Hopefully I've lined this up right. Okay. Now the fun part, which is going to be running these wires from here down through this hole in the bottom here. Let me see if I can get that to where I can actually even see it. Well, that's not. It was just popping, the black wire was coming through this hole right here just now, which is one of the wires or one of the holes for the levers that are inside there. So let's see what I can do to make this work a little bit better for me. I'm going to twist the wires so that they hopefully will go through there together. And I knew this was going to be a tricky part when I started doing the wires for this. Come on. Grab the tweezers. Not rip anything else out while I'm pulling these through. Come on. What are we catching? There we go. Now I know, or at least I thought I did. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Of course, it's on the other screen. I thought I had started that last comment. Okay, so we have this in here. We'll just push that in there. I'm not even going to bother to glue it, because that fits just right. Oops. Hey, Kenneth, welcome. Looking up, watching while you're on your lunch break. Very cool. Glad you can make it. Glad I can provide some entertainment while you're on lunch. So that we've got this one and this one. Now that I've twisted these wires, I'm gonna untwist them, because I've got this set up for black on one side, red on the other. Just works out a little bit better for me that way. And what I will do when I get ready to do the final hookup, it's going to be using basically Arduino wires. Maybe the aliens took me back. What do you mean by that, Donnie? Why do I have a feeling that I'm talking to myself? YouTube music, that's not what I wanted. Okay, it's showing that I am live. Okay, there we go. Oops. Yeah, put that one over there. Actually, I didn't want to put that one over there. Mumbling to myself while I move screens around. Ah, come on. Donnie got me flustered. Blame him. Got me thinking I was not broadcasting. Okay, it's all good and we can hear you. Okay, so Donnie's just being facetious. Okay. So that's got this side done. Oh no, don't fold that. Set this over here. Maybe Donnie can't hear me. Maybe Donnie's gone deaf. So we're going to cut this one out. Being very careful I don't want to leave any white, and I also don't want to lose any of the black, so I want to be right dead on the line here. Because I'm going to put this on the front of the tram. I got a little bit of white there. Hopefully that won't be too bad. If I remember right, I did the other one the same way I plan on doing this one, which is with glue stick, which I don't know that I have handy. I see. So Donnie's chatting while not seeing the stream. That's kind of hilarious. You actually got me to go and look and see if the stream was actually up. I appreciate that, Donnie. Okay, so get this one. And I think I'm actually starting to settle into a routine. The last week has been just odd for me. Because if you haven't been keeping up with news about me, YouTube screwed up. I did a week ago, just over a week ago, I basically retired. So now I'm doing what I want and finding out that when you're retired, that there's a lot more going on than you would think. Okay, so we've got that, like that. That's going to go on there like that. Let's move this forward. It's going to go on there just like that. And YouTube screwed up, and that never happens. Absolutely, YouTube never screws up. So let's see. Do I have, like I hope, do I have a glue stick handy? I do. And it is a washable purple one, I believe. Yep. So we're going to put the glue on. Stay. We're going to put the glue on here. Just like this. I like the purple because you know where you got it then. That can be very important when you're doing this. Of course, I'm getting the glue on my fingers, as you do. As one does, actually. I think that's what we've decided. Let's try not to get a whole bunch of glue on the front side here. Line this up like that. Push it down. Just like that. And I just realized I'm off camera. What I need to do is adjust this a little bit closer to me. Adjust the camera to where it's closer down towards me. But not right now. And while that one is drying, I'm going to come to this one. Let's see. We're going to tie these two together. I was going to say I can put the, I can start tying these together, but I can't because I need the last light in here first. Let me twist these real quick together. And I will show, because I don't think, I know I didn't show it after the fact, after I got it in place. If you look in there, let's see, that's good, that's good. And if you look down inside, you cannot even see, there's no way to see that, the light or the wires that run into that light, which is how I had planned it. I can actually almost see it from looking from the end. I can see the back of the light fixture, the back of the metal piece here, looking from the back here. I wonder if you're gonna, that's gonna have too much reflection, but you can look down that direction. Oh man, I got a glue spot on there. That is on the outside, I think. Let's go ahead and cut this open. What I'm going to do is same thing I did with the other one. I'm just going to take the scalpel and go around here. And on the last one that the Lisbon Tram one, I didn't do it this way. I think this is actually a much better method. Just cutting the hole that way. Okay, that's should be good. Got this twisted together. See, the key thing is, what I'm trying to do is make sure that when I get the longer side of this pulled through, which is going to be the red wire here, it'll bring the black wire with it. Ah, there is where the paper went. It's falling through the bottom here. And this one just went right through the bottom the way I needed it to. No muss, no fuss. I might still put a lens on the front and back of this. Not positive yet. Oops. Let's see. I have no lenses in here. I've been working on this long enough that I'm not even positive what I was doing anymore. I've got no lenses in here or in here, but I may see what I can do towards putting a lens on the front and the back. So now I should be able to uncoil these. It's so quiet out there in YouTube world. Let me get these wires untwisted. Put black over on this side. Not exactly positive where I want the wires to come down from. Exactly, Donnie. So I need to run the red wires over . First things first. See if we can get all the wires hooked together at the same time. You guys are watching intently. Obviously, it's very, I mean, I must be doing something right because you guys have no comments. Either you guys are watching intently or I've put you all to sleep. And I would not take bets either direction on that. So I want to make these about the same length. Too early for bed? Yeah, there is that. Donnie. Apparently I put Donnie asleep, but that's okay. Except for the working. There is that. Working guys will have to go to bed soon. Well, not soon. It's only, what is it, 7:22 here, so I don't think anybody's going to bed quite this early. So I needed to make a jumper wire here, and I'm going to make these wires the same length as well. Of course, I cut a new wire instead of thinking about the fact that I now have lengths of wire here. Sure, rub it in. Na 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 na. Of course. That's the thing is we all get there eventually. Okay, we're going to take this one here. We're going to wrap it just a couple of times on this one. We're going to do the same down here. Hope you join us soon. Absolutely. Keith said he'll be heading to bed in about 30 to 40 minutes. And it's kind of funny because the schedule I have kept for so long has really, it's still screwing with my sleep because some nights I was so impressed with myself the other night. I slept for 8 hours. And then last night I slept for 6. Let's see, what did Howard said? I'm staring at my interior wall work finally as it is after 2 months of wanting to do something and my large stash thinking I should be building this stuff in all the boxes and drinking. Well, I have to tell you, Howard, I have a box here. I talked to the wife and I'm going to throw some postage on it and send it your way in the next day or so. Actually, it's not going to be postage. It's going to be UPS unless UPS really sucks there. Keith says, me too. Dr. Pepper, strawberry and cream. Good on you. Good news. Wonderfest is one day closer. Looking forward to meeting everyone in person. Same here. Wonderfest is going to be a good time, I think. Hopefully. Okay. And I decided, after having the windows in this room blocked with foil for the last 2 years, I decided today, or not, wasn't really today, it was yesterday that I decided that I was going to take that foil out of the windows so that I could actually get sunlight in here. phone just made a noise. I'm not sure what that was. So, but we're going to finish wiring this up, and then we're going to take everything back apart and solder it. I always test before I finish. I could go sort of, you guys would be who's this. No, we wouldn't, Howard. Oops. We would not be who's this. You've been on often enough. We would still figure out who you were. Oops. I always do that. Skip over. Only met a couple of guys last time. Really didn't know anyone last year. I just didn't go last year. Are you going to repurpose the foil into a hat? Which foil? Maybe. Okay. So let's see if we can not blow up anything on here. We're going to turn on the power, let it settle, because like I said, this power supply can be a little bit flaky. We got a working headlight there. From the window. Working headlight there. Actually, what I did, and the interior lights, you can see them all working. What I did with the foil is, because it's not tin foil, it is insulated foil. It's about 1/16 of an inch thick. I just put it behind one of the tables here in case I decided to put it back up. It was kind of neat when I walked in here because it was just lit up really big. Well, the sun comes in behind me, so it was lit up really bright, and I was like, yeah, let me close the shades because otherwise it's going to really screw with the video. I've done videos in here before I foiled it, and I was facing the opposite direction. I'm facing the TV now. Back this way is where the windows are, and I used to face into the sun during videos, and it just really sucked. So yeah, Howard, just bring a cow with you or a tractor. Wear a mask, grew a beard, looked like Nick Tate, that one TNG episode that he was stranded with Picard and Wesley. Did not realize Nick Tate was on TNG at one point. Okay, so the lights all work, which is a good thing. Now let me work out how I'm going to do this, because I want the wires to come down from about center. Grab some heat shrink. And he was also in a Deep Space Nine episode. I will have to rewatch TNG. That is true. The guys did say that he kind of made noises that he would be here again this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and solder that. And once I solder it, I'm going to cut it off here in the middle. Wait a minute. Where's that? There it is. Donnie met him. I'd kind of like to meet him. I've never actually met any of the stars of any TV show. Come on. Okay. Would be kind of neat to meet him because I watched that show as a kid. I've rewatched most of it. It was kind of funny how Todd had to struggle to get through to watch any of it. No, I would not follow him around fanboying. I'm not that way. Maybe Clint Eastwood. but probably not. I don't go gaga over people. Okay. These leads are entirely too long, but my plan is to, after I solder them, I'm going to cut the leads down just a little bit. Then we'll heat shrink them, glue them down. Like I said, cut the wires somewhere in the middle. Okay. That's all the soldering I need. Too bad my cousin could probably get you to meet with Clint. That would be cool. I would not mind meeting Clint. I've been watching him. I've been a fan of Clint basically my entire life. Keep hearing something, slight beep, but it's not my phone. I wonder if it maybe we discovered that Jordan's lights in his room interfere with the lights we have in the rest of the house, the ones that are USB and have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi to turn them on and off. No, I don't think so. Do not think so, Dash. Will not happen. There's only one person that I know of that would apply 24 volts to LEDs and get away with it. Okay, so we're going to clip the end of this one off. And he was entertaining anytime he did wiring. We were all yelling at him one time when he was wiring. He was doing a live stream and he was just not reading the chat and he was doing some really silly things. No. Keith, that's not my sense of adventure. That's my sense of misadventure. And no, do not let the smoke out. There it went again. I'm not sure what that is. Hang on, I think it might be my phone. I have it charging over here. Let's see. Might be the phone is reacting to Facebook. And if Keith, the other Keith is here, Viper. It's kind of funny because I just saw on my phone the lady that we bet through. Press the button, the like button. Yes, please do. But one of the people that I just saw that did something on, or she liked the link that I posted on Facebook to this stream. She and I used to work together, and that's how I met Keith. A spy device the government put in my house when you retired. That could be. They don't want me to sell any Russians. And I did say sell any Russians, not sell any secrets to the Russians. I have no secrets. The only reason I had my clearance, well, my clearance for my last job was just a normal, what most people have. At one point, I had a higher clearance, and it was only because of where my chair happened to have seat be. My desk was inside of the building, so I got the clearance I got. And yes, I'm being a little bit cagey about the clearance because I'm not concerned about it, but I don't need to be throwing that out either. It's the last thing I need is people chasing me down because of the clearance I used to have. I do believe that Andrew just picked up something like the workstation I'm working on. Are you kidding, Don? I buried the aliens. Or maybe, since Andrea is from Austria, maybe I married the aliens. And I don't know that there actually were any aliens. I would like to believe that. That's just my personal slant on life, the universe, and everything. But I don't know that we actually have any or have had any visit. My wife says no, that there's no way. She doesn't believe in that stuff at all. Okay, let's clean up some wire scraps here. We can put this away because soldering is done. Can put this away. So now, what I want to do is make sure I do not block any of those holes. Let's see something. I just need to make sure I'm not gluing wires down where they need not be. Yeah, because there's going to be a piece here on either side. These stairs are going to run, the steps are going to run on either side. So basically, I need to stay away from the very far edge. This one here might cause an issue. The rest of them should be good. First thing I'm going to do is run some glue right here. For once, it's not glued shut or hasn't closed up. And I learned to do this from watching Boyd gluing your wires down with super glue. Come on. I might need to get a third hand here somehow. What I'm doing is dropping some kicker on here. Heard that, Todd, even though you're not here. Oh, he is here. Thank you, Todd. And you showed up just in time for me to be using kicker. So basically, Todd, you showed up just in time to go, oh. Sorry, man. That one's not down yet. It's almost time to get a new bottle of glue because that is starting to really clog up. But it's not clogging up. What it is it's just thick nowadays. Yes, that's how I got to retire early. I'm married to an alien, a legal alien, even. We went to Chicago this past year, got her passport updated. Okay. What I'm trying to do is not do what I just did, which was put my finger in the glue. Just glued myself to the model there. Get rid of this tape. And Donnie said that's how I got to retire early. Married to an alien, got her to use get her to use her Jedi mind tricks on his boss too. Yes, indeed. The part of Jordan tonight will be played by me. I hate when I get glue up when I do that because it's ick. Let's see. Okay, that's good. This time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the heat shrink. I'm just going to glue the heat shrink down and I'll go work my way back from there. Come on. And that time I didn't glue myself to the model. Okay. We're going to pull these wires over this direction because, like I said, that spot right there is a little bit close. I think that is my phone that I keep hearing. I don't know if you guys are hearing it, but it keeps going bloop. Scrap the wire here. The worst part about when you glue yourself is when you glue your finger to your fingernail. I think Todd did that the other night. Come on. Okay, one last spot of glue here. And I will not be going back to paint these wires black. This is all going to be on the undercarriage. Once it goes onto the stand, it'll never be seen again. So we've got these two wires here that are going to be somehow connected to the stand. We're going to do the same thing here. I decided that it's better to just glue the, start by gluing the heat shrink down. The fan home actually came through today. I got ET and Batmobile parts in 7 days. I was actually very impressed. And ET parts, because of the stand, came in a box that is way, way too large. Okay, that should be good on that one. And since this kicker ran over here, what's probably going to happen is as soon as I touch glue to these, they're going to be glued down. Maybe. Nope. One of the reasons I do this also, gluing the wires down, is it relieves any stress, for the most part, from inside the model where I can't get to it. I let that one come up too soon. Okay, there's that one. And I do appreciate you recognizing the waving cat, Todd. Along with Goofy, he's kind of my trademark. He has been on my bench now for at least 12 years. Push this down a little bit. Yeah, Constitution should be a good sized box. See you, Keith. Have a good evening. I mean, Ian's buddy. Ah. Okay, yeah, the Constitution box is not as big, I don't think, as the box for ET. I mean, the box for ET was probably 9 cubic feet because it was 3 foot on the side, 3 feet on each side, so 9 cubic feet. Or no, that would be 27 cubic feet. It was huge. Keith just left. Not sure what you mean by Ian's buddy. Kenneth? Okay. Oh, the cat. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Ian does not like the cat. I can hear him. He is clicking away right now. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Depends on which lights I have him under. I don't know. Can you guys hear him right now? Matter of fact, let me see. Just for giggles. Let me look at settings, audio. Oh yeah, I can see it. A little bit of tick every time the cat swings his arm. I apologize if he's irritating. I like him. He's my friend. We actually, when Andrea got him for me, she got two. I don't think she knows where hers is anymore. Okay, so we're gonna get one last drop of glue right here where this one's crossing. That way it's got the best chance of running down the wire and gluing both my fingers. Of course, it helps if you keep it in place long enough to set. I don't know if you guys hear that. Andrea just came downstairs humming. She's in the kitchen, which is good. It's good to have a wife that's humming or singing because that means that she's in a good mood. It's always good to have your wife in a good mood. Oh, you guys can't hear him clicking. Cool. Okay. That's that. That's that. There's the top for the glue. Let's see what we can do to clean it off a little bit first. Here's something I do quite regularly. I don't know if you guys do, but one of the things I do to keep my glue tip a little bit clean is I will take the dried residue off. Exactly, Don. Happy wife, happy life. Matter of fact, today we were doing some work in the yard, and she said, "Okay, you're done for today," because she said that she could tell that my back was hurting a little bit, and I was like, not too bad, but okay. Okay. Just for fun, because I like to test my wires as we go, simply because that way I know when I broke the wire, and it's a little bit easier than to fix it. So take this. That side's good. And that side is good. So now we can set you upside right. So at one point, I was thinking about putting one of these on the front and the back, but it's a little bit tall. I had actually cut some of them off. But I'm wondering. Let me see. Can I set this up? Not have it fall over. Maybe. So we're going to put that, turn on the light. I think. Especially if I could get black around the outside of there. Because there's two little tabs on here. See if I can just cut it off. There's one. There's the other. Sand it a little bit more. I think I just saw what's going on because the lights on my dresser that I bought, yep, off, on. Something odd is going on. So let me see what that looks like with that on. Oh yeah. I do believe I like that better. What do you guys think? This way or this way? Hang on just a second, guys. I'm going to mute for a second. Okay, I'm back. Andrea had some trouble figuring out the TV in the kitchen. I am the only one who ever uses it. So, wanted the opinion of the folks out there in YouTube land. Like this or like this. Wow, that it was almost like the light was off. I do like that a lot better. So I think I'm going to take two of these, paint around the ring, paint it black around the ring, and then glue those on there. Okay. I set this off to the side. Set the tram itself off to the side. Loud drop. These blocks are loud when you drop them. Back to what I was starting on when I started the stream. Could you use the lens to make a clear part? Well, that's the thing, is this is a clear lens. If you're talking about 3D print or resin, probably not. See how it's got a ring on there? I'll just paint that ring black and then glue that onto the front. I've done that before. Did that on the Lisbon tram. I think it comes out looking really good. I have to be sparing with those though, because I can't find them anymore. Okay, so back to these wheels. There's Murphy. Murphy just came in here. Hang on. I need to turn or close the door because she's watching TV. Okay. Murph. Come here. Use a smaller diameter, make a flat lens. So something along the lines of just do a lens down inside there. I could try. I could also take the other ones, which I thought I had set up before. I thought I had sanded some of those down, or not even sanded them down. I cut them off and was going to use them as lenses. We'll figure, or I'll figure something out. Of course, there's a mouse in my pocket. And Murphy just laid down. He's like, okay, Dad, you're going to close me in here? I'm good. Come here, buddy. Murphy. He's a good boy. Murphy is our black pug. He's a really good puppy. Okay, so let me get this back to where I was when I started the stream. It looked like the lens was partially blocking the... It shouldn't have been. I see what you're saying, though. You are right. It is a little bit too big. Murphy is now under the table at my feet. These ones would be perfect, though. Smaller ones would be perfect for a 50/50 LED. And you are right, it was blocking the... It is larger than the metal. But this, other than the fact that it sticks out so far, would work perfect. It's just, I can't have the lens out that far. What I can do, if I can grind it off just to the rounded lens part, that would probably work really well. But I will ponder it. I've had a couple of those cut off before, and I don't know what happened to them. So now back to washi tape around a very small dowel to make it big enough to actually fit the axle, fit the hole in the wheel. And I don't understand why they do that every time on these, because every Tram I've built, the wheels are too small for the axles they provide you. I can understand it. I could also try and cut off the ring on the other one. I have used the Sonic Saber to cut one of these off before. So that's probably what I'm going to try and do. Let me move over here. I figured out what is making that noise, or at least I got a good idea of what it is. This. That's down inside. Oh, you know what? That's what I can do. You guys aren't hearing it. It's not really bugging me, but it's enough that I'm going to figure out how to turn it off. Oops. So many little LEDs. Okay, Murphy, I'll let you up. Come on, Murphy. Come. Okay. So let's see. Going through the house right now, turning on lights. Okay, there we go. I turned it off. Now it won't keep beeping. It's not a real beep. It's just a low key little bloop that I keep hearing. That's too big around. My hearing aid. Yes, indeed. No, I don't have one yet. Note the yet. Andrea is convinced I need them. I'm not quite as convinced. Which means eventually I'll get them. Exactly, Don. Now, the way I had this on here earlier was backwards. It was the axle was coming out of the wrong side of the wheel. So now, oops, I don't want to let that fall too far in there. And first things first, get the kicker open. I don't have enough hands to do everything at once. And I did notice that some of the other ones, as I was looking at them, and they were not straight. It's okay. It's not a big deal because I can straighten them. They're not, the train is, or the cable car is not going to actually run anywhere. It did. It clogged. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? There we go. A piece of paper clip. specifically for straightening out the, or cleaning out the end of the super glue. This one's not as important as the second one. This one can be anywhere as long as it is straight or relatively so. The other one is one that determines the 45 millimeters. That one should be good. We'll let it sit there and dry and go work on the other one. And it's interesting because the furniture you get now that has LED lights in it, they all run on the same, or they're all from the exact same company. So all of them are running on the exact same frequency and doing weird things. When somebody uses one remote, because they're RF remotes, it does things with all of them in the house. I think I'm the only one who set up the app on my phone, so I went through and I turned all of them off, or turned them all on and then back off. Okay, come on, get in there. These were on here. I took them off like an idiot. So now, get this back in here. Oops. Just make sure this is about 45 millimeters before I do anything. Or not 45, is it? Oh yeah, it is 45 millimeters. And this one has to have a little bit of a gap. Not too big, not too bad. The only problem with this washi tape is it does not have very much stick to it. That can be a problem and a blessing at the same time. Come on. I'm using narrower stuff than I was last time. With much less stick to it. Come on. It does not want to cooperate. Come on. I know I have way too much on here right now. Should be right about there. Still a little bit too much. And it's not sticking at all. Except to me. Okay, come on. I think that is the magic spot right there. Not quite. Needs to be up just a hair. As long as it fits on the track, at least in some spot. Hang on. And I'm measuring it the wrong way. Brought it up out too far. What I was measuring just now was the inside to inside. It's supposed to be the other side of this lip. So that should be good. We're really close to it. And since I have not yet built the tracks, I can play with it a little bit. No, that's too far. Stay. Okay. That's got it there. And of course, the glue is clogged again. It's part of the reason I like to leave it sit open when I'm not completely done with it, because what it does is it lets it drain back into the jar or in the bottle. Wouldn't have this problem with the plastic model. I swear I'm going to have, either me or Howard are going to send you 5 wooden models done with lights. Whoops. Shot it back in there too hard and it shot out. So yeah, Donnie said we wouldn't have this with a problem with the plastic model. You are right, but on the other hand, it wouldn't be this tram. Let's make sure. Not 100% perfect, but very close. There's some extra goo right there. Yeah, they're a little bit wobbly. Let's see, I just pulled on this one and straightened it out. I think, yeah, that one's ready to go in. Make sure we put it in this direction. I could glue it, but it gets screws to hold it down anyway. So it's flat. Grab the 2 screws here. We'll grab a partwork screwdriver to put these screws in. Because I don't know where my favorite orange handled screwdriver is. Hang on. Why does it seem like that's too long? Because I feel it coming through the other side already. That's because I grabbed the long screw. Yeah. Wood is fun. Use white glue. So yeah, this is the screw I was supposed to be using. And that's the screw I was using. The longer screw is actually to attach this assembly to the bottom of the tram. Use white glue. Yeah, white glue would take forever. Actually, what you hear in the background, Donnie, is the TV. The muffled sound is the TV. Andrea's watching TV in the other room, and I think she might be shaving one of the dogs. Cody needs a haircut, and it's cheaper for us to do it ourselves. So what I was just saw happening was as I was putting this screw in, this was splitting. Now it's all the way down. And before I attach this to the bottom of the tram, I still need to paint this silver. And before I do that, I need to throw some wood glue on this axle. Actually, what am I doing? I was doing this today. Probably, is that off camera? That is. I just put it into a tray here. I was using this exact same tray when I was working on the Moomin house today. What I'm doing is just gluing these little discs, which really aren't doing much of anything, since I super glued the wheel to the axle. But I'm gluing these discs to the axle so that they'll kind of keep it in place, just like that. So that put a little bit of glue on the corner of each. Well, you know, Eric, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. So Don said, wood is fun, use white glue. And Howard said that he can hear my wife. You can. She is in the background. Actually, that's the TV. Why are you screwing your tram butt? Sounds painful. And like I said, Eric, man's got to do what a man's got to do. We need to change our names from all D. I'm Hick, Mick, Mock. Hickamick, Mock, Adola. And I need new glasses. I don't need new glasses. My glasses work fine. I need a new brain, maybe. Careful, little Bucky might get a sliver. I have before. Not from working on a model, though. Okay. Let's pop this one in here. Get these little discs on here. Get this all the way over here. And as long as these will fit down inside here, I'm not that concerned. Ooh, that one's bad. That one's leaning way in. Just make sure, or at least somewhere near 45 millimeters. Can we get to 45 millimeters? Need to move it out a little bit. Commercials louder than the show. Okay. Stay. Speaking of white glue, there it is right there. What's funny is Donnie has bought this same tape that I'm using right now. He has mentioned, I believe, that he said it does have a problem with not being that sticky. As long as it would at least stick to itself, I would be good. No, Howard, I have actually not paid attention to the Kentucky Derby in ever. We could do that, though. Oh, silver. Eric says, yeah, and Donnie says the tape is sticky-ish. Need a picture of Ian to put under the Lucky Cat's hand so it looks like he's beating him. That would be awesome. Might have to do that. And sticky tape is sticky-ish. You can hit with a rock at Wonderfest. You mean hit Ian it with a rock? Yeah, no, I don't think I'll hit it with a rock. But actually, let's see. Is it on here? Is it? Is it? Oh yeah, Wayne. Donnie, print me a 3D print of Ian's head for me to use. That would be funny. Churchill Downs. Okay. See if we can get this one go on there. It's right in front of me. My hand is practically on the ruler and I can't find it. Ooh, that's nice. I did that one perfect. A little bit of residual glue off of here. And to be honest, when I find out whether these are going to work or not is going to be once I build the stand. It's clogged again, even though it was just sitting there. I have an actual pin that is supposed to go in there to clear it, but it's behind me somewhere. I see what I should do is pull an Ian and spill that all over everything. Double check. Just a hair, maybe. Perfect. So is this going to fit down inside of here where it needs to go? As long as it fits, it should be fine. That's what I thought. That end is a little bit too long. I didn't want that dowel to go shooting across the room. Come on, fit in there. There's that one. Yeah, and you see, actually, it's kind of funny. This is the one that's leaning. But it turns. It's 45 millimeters. Grab the wrong one again, the long one. Okay. Thought Churchill Downs was after Winston went on a bender. Could be. Design me one, Eric, and I'll print it. It would be hilarious. And I need to get the pliers first. No, don't need to get the pliers first. Just got the snips. Okay. Let's put that one in. Is it pushing up? No, it's not. It's splitting the wood a little bit. It's okay. It'll be up where it will not be seen. Put this one in here. Interesting that one came out a little bit. Make sure I didn't grab. Nope. What I can do, let's get this stuff out of the way, because I can actually paint that when it's in place. So we can continue on and put the wheels on the bus, go round and round. Oh, actually, looking at this, do I have the wrong gray on here? Very true. If it had shot across the room, then you would get to say, it's over there. Hey, Shark, welcome. And he can try and manipulate me into saying it's over there, except for there's no bingo on my stream. Ricardo, I knew we knew your name. Let's see. This could be bad, but probably not. I'm looking. I actually have the wires where they shouldn't be. Thought I had them in a good spot, but I do not. Let me see about the other end here. I'll go ahead and put the washer on there. These wires, the black wires there, I may have to reposition. So on this one, they want you to put a washer in it because it's actually supposed to be able to move. So let me see if I can find the hole. This one is good. Except for I've got it 180 degrees out. what it's supposed to be. Let's find that hole again. Let go. First it grabs onto the screwdriver because it's magnetic, then grabs onto me because it's got glue on it. So like I said, this one's good. The only thing I have to do is still got to put a brass pin in here. Just double checking that my wires are not in the way at all. This one, I think the wires are going to have to move. So washer, and the screw. Put the screw in here and we'll see how bad off it is. It's actually starting to look like a cable car. That side. I believe the red wires are okay. These black wires right here need to move. Hopefully, I can get them loose without breaking the wires. I have had to mess with stuff a little bit before. I have had wires break in very bad places before. So if I can get this one wire loose here, I should be home free. Come on. Okay, we're going to try and put this down. And I will catch up with chat in a minute. Okay, come on. Please be good. There we go. I just slight reposition of that one wire. Now let's find out if I broke it. Okay. Oh, wait, that we already responded to that one. Donnie said if it sticks to you and everything else, it must be gravity magic rubber. Absolutely. And well, you played with your wood till you broke it. I did, Donnie. But I was able to fix it too. So let's make sure we didn't break anything important. Shouldn't do this, he says as he flips the switch. Okay, I've got 3 wires inside. Oh, you know what? That's where those are. The lights I was talking about earlier, they're right here. Those I can cut off and put them on the front and the back as the headlights. So did not break any wires, which is important. Now, over there, absolutely, it's over there. Of course, the funny thing is, these pieces here that I'm going to make now, I was supposed to put them on before I put it on there, but that's okay. I'm just looking. They've actually got this a different color, but I'm fine with it. This one is a little bit tighter than this one. Let me see something here. Yeah, it's because the glue on this one. So we'll loosen this just a hair. There we go. Let's go ahead and close this. It's not done, but it has wheels. It has wheels, and it looks terrible. And the wheels roll. It does. It's got a lot to go on there because those wheels, where they're on there right now, are terrible. There's still the pieces here for the stair or for the steps to get up inside, and then a spot in the middle. These pieces will go in the middle. And then 6. Okay, let's get all the pieces out. Let's see, 71. Ah, that's because those are 84. Okay, those are the pieces I need. We can set you up here a little bit further. Hang on just a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Andrea needed me to, because she's been out there cutting Cody's hair. The dog, one of our dogs, our Pomeranian, she's been cutting his hair. She needed me to close the door so that he could not escape and run away while she gives him a break. So, yeah, that's the one I want. Okay, Donnie, yes, it was over there. It's not done, and it has lights. And Howard said, do they ship these with any extra parts? Any extra parts of any kind, like broker or other type of kits? They don't really ship them with any extra parts. You have the leftover wood. And, you know, there's a little bit of extra wood, but that's about it. Most of the parts you will use. Welcome, Andrew. Yes, I am here on StreamYard Tuesday nights. I show up on StreamYard, and used to be an hour because I had to go to bed to work. Now I can do 2 hours. So Tuesday nights, you'll find me here most of the time from now on. Andrew's about to permanently install the bottom saucer onto his huge 1701D. Very cool. And if we ever, yes, I play with my wood every Wednesday night. If we ever move the, well, when the Falcon stream is done, if we move that, I will steal the Wednesday slot and I will name it Wooden Wednesdays or something along that lines. Now I'm off track. I tend to do that. I have all these markers to tell me where to do things, and I pull back towards me, and then I'm off screen. Good luck. We're all counting on you. I wonder what movie Airplane that was from. This one, I think I did. I missed just a little bit. Okay. Wednesday night wood. Exactly, Donnie. Exactly. Wednesday night wood. That's what I'm thinking about calling it. But first one. Yes, the first Airplane movie. How many pills do I have? None. I don't have to take any pills to play with my wood. How many pills do you have to take, Eric? Is that a touche? So these will go on here. This is actually one of those times where what'll happen is I will put the brass nails through the holes that are already in these parts, and then I'll go to the backside and cut the brass nail head off. Must bring wood to participate or be silent and forever hold your peace. Yes. And actually, now you're playing with your touche. Yes, yes, I am, Donnie. And actually, Dawn and I were talking about it. And once I get back on the, I forget what it's called. Once I get back on the boat that I was working on, he may join me on the stream because Dawn has done more boats than I have. So yeah, what we do with these pin and glue supports the cow catcher using pins, cut off the ends of the pins that protrude from the other side, glue this assembly to the rolling gear, and paint gray and metal color. So yeah, these little tab here is actually going to go into the wheel assemblies. These are not supposed to be, these are supposed to be done before I put those on. I decided to just do my thing. Isn't holding your piece the same as playing with your wood? It could be. So there you go. You got to hold your piece and play with your wood at the same time. 3 and 4. So I'm going to take a little bit of the wood. I was going to take a little bit of the glue, but the glue is hard. Come on. There we go. I'll take the glue, put a little bit on here. Stay. We're going to take the first one of these Push it through. And then push it through the holes on here. That's actually a little bit, there we go. Do the same thing with the next one. If I can get a hold of the pin. Murphy is wanting to come back in here. So let me put a clamp on here. Eric would have been sad if I didn't use a clamp. Pocket pull? I was playing with large pieces of woods, 2x6s, 2x4s, so I'm on a larger scale, 1-to-1. And the dog's like, arg, no! He wants to come in. And Andrea said he couldn't. I would let him in. He was in here earlier. So put a little bit of glue on there. What I'm gonna do is once this is dry, I will clip these pins off of here. Because the pins are not actually, these brass nails are not actually holding at all. Come on, get in that hole. They're just there for decorations. They're simulating being a rivet. Make sure these are both straight. Okay, we can set that one there. Need 3 more of the pins. That's a dog back in. Okay. If he's still at the door, I'll let him back in. Where's Murphy? Come here, Murphy. Huh? Oh, no. I'll be done in a few minutes, babe. Andrea's clippers just broke. And Murphy is back in here. So once I get these pieces done, I'm going to call it a night. He is, actually, no, he's not a mod on my channel, is he? I'll have to make him a mod on my channel. Just for you, Eric. Ken said to let him in. And Eric said that he had a moment of band PTSD. Then you notice he was not a mod, so we're safe for now. I can adjust that. I can make him a mod. Yeah. But I'm going to glue this last piece, and then I'm to get these last 2 pieces together. Then I'm going to call it a stream because Andrea needs help with the clippers. I'm going to see if I can fix them. There's a lot of things that I shouldn't be able to fix that I've managed to fix over the years. We've determined that pretty much the only thing I'm completely unable to fix is a rainy day. Puppy cam is a little bit more difficult with Murphy. If I try and pick him up, he will freak out. He does not like to be picked up. But let me see if I can get this last one in here. Okay. That's in there. That's straight. Let's see what we can do here. Murphy. Murphy, hey. He's ignoring me. Oh, there you are. Oh, wow. Camera's going. That is weird what the camera's doing. But that's our black pup. Puppy cam. Ken doesn't have to be a mod to ban me on ban if he's in StreamYard. True. You think Ken's bad, I'll ban for chits and giggles. And Donnie said, hey, puppy. Okay. So that's as far as we're going to go tonight. Like I said, I need to go help Andrea a little bit with the clippers, see if I can fix them. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. We are making some serious progress on this, on the cable car. Just looking at it, I do need to do a little bit of paint touch up, or maybe not, because it looks handmade then, but it's getting there. We've got the cow catchers for the front and back, and then we're going to have the sides pieces here. I think there's some trim on here. It's getting really close. Quite a ways still from being done, but it's getting there. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, Ken. See you guys later. See you next week. See you tomorrow on the HTM stream for the PG Falcon. And have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow, and we will see you in the next stream.
Model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Workman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling.